But this is bold and brave, and this will send ripples around the world as far as how these weak, pathetic governments combat the rise in childhood obesity and diet-related disease.
That is celebrity chef, you know, Jamie Oliver, praising the British government for introducing a new tax on sugary drinks. The longtime anti-sugar campaigner is urging other nations, including Canada, to follow Britain's lead. So, should Canada declare the war on sugar? Joining us now is Dr. Joelene Huber, a pediatrician and professor of medicine at the University of Toronto. Okay. We're going to get to all of this, by the way. This is a beautiful display, show and tell. Why are some nations, like the UK, introducing this tax on sugary drinks?
Right, so obviously all sugar can contribute to weight gain and obesity, but sugar in sweetened beverages is particularly an issue because children tend to eat the same amount that they would at a meal, or adults as well, whether they're drinking water or drinking a sugar-sweetened beverage. So sugar-sweetened beverages actually are contributing or can contribute. Numerous studies show that they can contribute significantly to gaining weight, and when kids take them out of their diet, some studies show that they lose weight, and so the Center for Disease Control has targeted sugary beverages, and Jamie Kennedy has also done the same, or Jamie Oliver has done the same.
Yeah. What's the obesity situation look like here in Canada, especially when we're talking about kids?
Right, so in many countries around the world, it's really become an epidemic, and it's thought to be one of the greatest health crises of our time. And so in Canada, adults, there's almost 60% of adults that would say that we would call overweight or at an unhealthy weight or obesity. And in childhood, it's increased over the past several decades to about 30% of children now are overweight or obese. And that generally carries through into adulthood. And what we typically see is that there's health risks associated with that. So things like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, even cancers and bone health. So and life expectancy can be decreased by about 3 to 7 years in people who are obese or overweight.
And it's hard to break those habits as well if you take them into adulthood. So I can only imagine, you know, if you're doing it as a kid, you're going to kind of just keep on doing it because you're used to it.
Yeah, it starts in childhood, and how much sugar and sweetness we're used to, and drinking those sugary drinks and the sugary cereals. We get used to that in childhood for sure. So we want to start healthy habits early.
Well, they talk about the sweet tooth, right? I have one of those. In the absence of a sugar tax here in Canada, what are 3 ways, let's say, people can limit their sugar intake?
Yes, so whether you're for the tax or not, I think we all think that we know we want to cut out sugar in our diet. So the purpose of some people say the tax is to decrease consumption, but we can do that ourselves without a tax. So what you want to do is replace sugary beverages with water. So kids don't need sugar-added beverages, and they actually don't even need fruit juice. So you want to replace water with sugary beverages. You want to limit fruit juices. So this is 100% fruit juice.
Because there's a lot of sugar in fruit juices, which I don't think everyone realizes sometimes. You think it's fruit juice. It's got to be healthier than soda.
Exactly. So in soda, there's about 10 teaspoons or sugar cubes, and in 100% fruit juice here, this particular one has the same amount as in a soda, and the iced tea has about 8. So you only really, as a child, should have about 3 added teaspoons of sugar per day, and as adults, about 6. So you're already getting them in that right there. So, and then the next thing you want to do is, instead of giving them fruit juice, so 100% fruit juice, you want to just replace it with real fruit. So in a real fruit juice, there's lots of fruit that goes into it. That's why there's lots of sugar, but they're missing out on that roughage and fiber and that kind of thing.
And this is an example right here, granola and some raspberries,
so
right?
The third thing is that you want to look at the labels and not offer sugar-added foods. So even though this granola looks great, it actually has a lot of sugar in it. Granola bars can sometimes have a lot of added sugar, even yogurt, which you think you're giving your kids something really great. And so you want to look at the labels, and then you can, if you get a good healthy cereal, you can replace the sugar with something like raspberries or blueberries cranberries, which is really great fruit sugar to eat.
Great tips. I got to ask really quickly, we're running out of time. What about the stuff that you can put in the water? You know, those squeeze bottle flavor sweeteners for water?
Yeah,
Are they okay?
You know what? I think just stick with water. Kids can also have milk. Even else, we really just want to have water is the best thing for our diet, and fill up on calories with fruits and vegetables and good healthy food.
Okay, sound advice. Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you for
Huber.
having me.
Dr. Joelene Huber is a pediatrician and professor of medicine at the University of Toronto.